This fruit is going to change the world. Just watch. The jackfruit revolution is here. This is a jackfruit. Artocarpus heterophyllus. Oh, baby. I am obsessed with jackfruit. It's now quickly catapulted into my top 5 favorite fruit of all time. I can't get enough of this. I can't stop eating jackfruit. And luckily for us, look how much jackfruit there is. It's a massive fruit. It's the largest tree-borne fruit in the world. I was watching a video in India where this is native to. It's native to southern India. They had jackfruits that weighed 55 kilos. That's over 100 pounds. Imagine that, hanging on a tree. One tree will give you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds of fruit. And that's why it's going to save the world. We need more jackfruit trees in the world because they give so much food to the people. It's astounding. Look at this. Here's the jackfruit. This is all edible. This part is edible. The seed is edible. You have to boil it or you have to bake it. And then the seed tastes like potatoes. Imagine that. Amazing. But this fruit here, this part, the orange part, is just as complex, just as intense, just as flavorful as any mango you can find out there. It has a strong, complex flavor. This is a seedling. I got it from, oh yeah, we're here in Southern California, Zone 10. So these are imported from Mexico, and they're all seedlings. And I know that because every one I buy from the store has a different flavor. Some of them taste like caramel. Some of them taste like butterscotch. Some of them taste like bubblegum. Some of them taste like banana. Some of them taste like a combination of all those things. I had one that tastes just like a mango. It's amazing. It just never stops. When I go to the supermarket, I get excited because I'm playing the jackfruit lottery. I've had some bad ones. Don't get me wrong. I've had some soft, pretty bad ones, but the good ones, if you get a good one, oh man, I cannot stop eating them. The person who's filming this right now, she has seen me eat half of a jackfruit. And these weigh like 30 pounds almost. I can sit there and eat half of the jackfruit. It's that good. I can just keep going and going and going. So, what is it about jackfruit? Well, you can eat it underripe or raw. And this has the texture of meat. Look at the texture. Check this out. Look at the texture. It like falls apart. It's like meat almost. And then this, the rag, you can eat that too. So underripe, it has almost no flavor. If you eat it underripe, it doesn't have a lot of flavor. And then people use it as a meat substitute. The jackfruit revolution is here. I'm telling you, it's getting more and more popular. And I can only imagine it getting more popular as the trees expand. Now, these can become invasive species. If you go to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, there's jackfruit forests now because they've taken over. Because each of these things have so many seeds. Animals eat it, they fall on the ground, the seeds spread, and pretty soon you have a jackfruit forest. But that jackfruit forest has so much food in it. It can feed a small city. It can feed a lot of people. And that's why jackfruit is important. The more jackfruit you have, the more food you have for the people. All right? So again, seed edible, this edible, the seed, the flesh edible, and look at this alligator skin stuff. This is so weird. It's so interesting. Thick skin of the peel. You can use this as armor when the zombie apocalypse happens. You can defend yourself against zombies
by wrapping your body with jackfruit peel, and you could defend yourself against the first bite. The second bite will not help you, but the first bite will give you enough time to run away, and you could help yourself and keep yourself alive thanks to jackfruit. It's such a multifaceted fruit. It deserves a video. It deserves more recognition. And I'm gonna start hyping jackfruit as much as I can because it's a special, special fruit. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Can I grow it here in Southern California, Zone 10? The answer is absolutely yes. You can grow jackfruit here in Southern California, Zone 10. A lot of people had a lot of doubts for many, many years that they could not grow jackfruits. And I'll tell you, a lot of parts of Southern California, it's probably not possible. You're probably not going to get fruit, or the fruit won't ripen up. But there's certain parts of Southern California that is jackfruit country, believe it or not. And I'm going to talk about what those parts are. Parts of Southern California are at the end of this video. So stay tuned. Just keep watching to the end. By the way, because jackfruit is a tropical, subtropical fruit. It originates from southern India, and that's of the tropics. So they grow better in the tropics, but you can grow them here in Southern California. Don't let it stop you. And like with most of tropical, subtropical fruit trees, you want to grow it from seed out here in Southern California. Growing it from seed, it grows much tougher, much stronger. It can take a lot more cold. It can take a lot more heat. It can survive our cold weather that we get here. That's cold for jackfruits because, again, they're from the tropics. So you want to grow it from seed. And these things sprout so easily. I use jackfruit seeds as compost. I just throw them over there under my citrus trees. And I'll show you in a second little jackfruit seeds sprouting. Let's go look at them. It's exciting. Come on. Here's a little sprouted jackfruit tree that came out from a seed that I tossed. Here's another one. And we got more over here. Let's look over here. Here's one. Another jackfruit seedling sprouted just from a seed. Oh, look at this one. Whoa. I didn't even notice this. This is a sizable one right here next to my mango trees. Whoa. This is a good sized little jackfruit tree. It has a lot of spider webs on it. Wow. Interesting. Let's go look at more jackfruits. Okay, now you're looking at some of my older jackfruit trees. These have been in the ground for a few years now. And look at this. Wow, we got jackfruits on them. All right. Yeah, these were grown from seed. All of these were seedling trees planted here. The seeds were planted in pots in 2018, and then they got moved into the ground in 2019. So here we are. They're about 6 years old, and they were flowering last year. So year 5, they started flowering. And this is a jackfruit flower. This is a little baby jackfruit. Look at that. It's gonna get bigger, hopefully. But here, again, here in Southern California, they will not get as big as they do in the tropics, of course. Our climate is different, so these are not going to get to the massive 55 kilo, 110 pound size, but they hopefully should get to a size enough where I can harvest them and eat them, hopefully. And look, they're planted really close to each other. I have one jackfruit tree here. There's another one right there. You can see the trunk. Hopefully, the trunk is there and it's grown out. All of this, pretty good size. This is my tallest one here, this one. It's about 10 feet tall. I'd say about 10 feet tall, yeah. And then there's another one right here. Here's another jackfruit, look at that. Baby jackfruit. And there's another one right there planted. So they're planted 3 or 4 feet apart. Now, if you talk to someone who lives in the tropics, they would say that is the dumbest thing you could ever do, that you should not have planted the jackfruits so close to each other, because in the tropics, yes, they will become massive, massive trees. So, but here, again, they don't get as big as they do in the tropics. And jackfruits are really, really interesting because they have a latex to them. They have this latex sap. Look at that. I took a leaf off earlier. Here, let me take the leaf off. You can see the latex. Look at the latex. Because jackfruits, here, look. See, it's on my fingers. You can see that. This stuff is so sticky. It will stain your knife. It will stain your clothes. It will stain your cutting board. I ruined a coffee table because I got jackfruit stains on it and I couldn't get it off. But that stuff is sticky because jackfruits are related, believe it or not, they're related to mulberries and they're related to figs, distant relatives to mulberries and figs. And they have a sap just like a fig tree has sap. And I don't know, the mulberry trees probably have it too. But yeah, there it is. Amazing. From seed, starting to produce jackfruits at such a young age. That's why I encourage you to plant these from seed, because they grow strong and they start to produce at a very young age. 4, 5, 6 years old. You know, that's so fast in the world of seeds and trees and things. It's like if you have if your 6-year-old has a mortgage and is married, got married and has a mortgage and has a job already. It's like, man, you're 5 years old and you're working as a claims adjuster already. What's going on? You're paying taxes? That's how jackfruits. That's how fast they develop. So plant them from seeds, okay? All right. So I said, what parts of Southern California do these grow? There's a little sweet spot, the honey spot, I call it, the honey zone, the zone that's not too hot, not too cold, not too cold for the jackfruit trees to live. So if you live in places like Hacienda Heights, La Habra, Whittier, Pico Rivera, Duarte, Monrovia, Rosemead, Alhambra, Pasadena. I said Duarte. Let's see, what else we cover? La Habra. Yeah, we got those zones. Let me think more. Vista should work there. Anything else? Escondido, yes. Escondido. Eastern parts of San Diego, away from the coast, but not too far away from the coast. Basically, you don't want to be too inland in the desert, the too dry, hot desert areas like Riverside. I think that's a little too hot, and it gets a little bit too cold in winter. But not too close to the coast. If you're too close to the coast, you don't get the heat units to ripen up the jackfruits to get them to a good size that you could harvest them. But if you live in those zones area, the in between, you should be able to get some jackfruits. Oh yeah, Buena Park, Orange, Garden Grove, Westminster. Those areas, the people that live in those areas really like to grow jackfruits, and there's jackfruit trees growing out there, and they will make fruit. So it's very, very doable. Okay, so go ahead and do it. Plant a jackfruit tree. Save the world. Save the world. All right, people. Give me a like if you like what you saw. Of course, give me a like, then subscribe. Leave me a comment. Let me know how your jackfruit trees are growing. And as always, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.